Hello everyone and welcome to a special edition of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host Jennifer. Today is 100 days to Halloween countdown. It starts today. And the reason why that matters and the reason why I'm making a video is because I actually did something. I purchased a kit. I'm joining a crochet along that is created by the company Sirdar, which is a yarn company. I've never worked with Sirdar, but you may have seen that very recently I purchased some Sirdar, and I do have 2 balls of Sirdar in my stash that have been here for a while that I've never used. And I'm unveiling the kit today. Okay, I'm unveiling it. It's right here. The bag is open and I did peek in. I have not pulled the kit out. I have not looked at the kit. I've never done a kit like this before. I've never done a crochet along like this before. I've been invited to do a crochet along like this before, but at the time when I was invited, I had to decline because I was doing Premiere Week and I did not have the time, the energy, or the space to do a crochet along at that time. When this popped up, it popped up in my Facebook feed first, and then it repeatedly popped up all over the internet because I glanced at it, and I was impressed with what the pattern was. It's a beautiful Halloween blanket, and if you've been around Cinnamon Stitches any length of time, I make a Halloween blanket every year. I have made a beautiful blanket that was like a scenery one year. These things are all packed away. They're all in storage right now. And it was like the dark blue sky background and like the green, and there was like pumpkin appliques that I put on there and a cloud applique that I put on there. I think that was my first Halloween blanket. I have done a Halloween blanket for Jada N Stitches. It was not an official crochet along with her, but what I did is I went over to Jada N Stitches YouTube, and then I went to her Etsy shop and I purchased her granny squares for the Frankenstein granny square, the pumpkin granny square, etc. And I made my own Halloween granny square Halloween blanket. I know that was redundant. And then last year, I think I just made a real simple granny square Halloween blanket, but this year I wanted to do something. For some reason this year, the Halloween stuff that is coming out is just so eye-catching to me, and they're doing this whole summerween thing. So they're doing Halloween but like summer vibes. So a ghost in like a little inner tube floating. Or Frankenstein, the Bride of Frankenstein in an inner tube like kicked back. I really, really like the summerween vibe that's going on. I've showed this bag like 8 times because I'm so proud that I found it. I also have from Walmart already displayed. They made jack-o'-lanterns out of watermelon, and I have those displayed already because it's summer decorations, but it's also like leaning because it's a jack-o'-lantern, but it's watermelon. And they just tickle me. They make me so happy. So when this pattern released, let's see if I can find a picture. I fell in love with the blanket. All right, let's see if there we go. So it's a 6-week crochet along, and every week starting today, which is the 100 days to Halloween, July 3rd, they are releasing a part of the pattern for you to work on. And do you have to finish it in the 6 weeks? No. Do you have to start it within the 6 weeks? No. Do you have to buy anything to participate? No. You can just go to Sirdar's website and sign up. But I have been told by somebody in my Facebook group, I don't know how true this is because I haven't looked at anything yet, that the written pattern, the directions, the written pattern is in UK terms, which I struggle with doing patterns that are in UK terms. So we're going to see how that works out, but that the tutorial that goes along with it is in US terms. I don't know this to be fact. This is me saying this is what was posted in the Facebook group, so I'm letting you guys know in case. And I'm also going to let you know this is DK weight yarn. So the yarn is DK weight, and come on, that's what the blanket looks like. The edging is spider webs, which I'm stoked about. It says that the finished blanket is going to be 49 inches by 43 inches or 125 centimeters by 110 centimeters, excluding the cobwebs. It's perfect to snuggle under for scary movie nights, as a theme for Halloween parties, or just for a frightful focus to your couch or your, it says sofa, for this spooky season. It says starting July 23rd, you can find the links to the free the free weekly crochet patterns and video guides here, and there's a link. I will link that below if any of you want to participate. Now, like I said, you don't have to buy anything, but I did. And the reason I did is because I have an entire container of Halloween yarn, and I'm not sure where it is. I'm going to say it's probably in storage. There's something in my tooth. I can feel it. That's what I get for eating breakfast before I come in here. Alright. So, I have had this for about 5 days in my happy little hands, and I have not opened it yet. I purchased this from Michigan Fine Yarns. I will link directly below if you want to purchase the kit. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I compared prices for this kit, because I didn't intend on buying yarn for this. I didn't intend on doing this. I am trying to be very mindful of what I'm spending money on. So I went to several different websites, because this kit, because it's from a yarn company, is available in several different places, okay? I put one in my shopping cart at Webs, which is, I believe, yarn.com. I put one in my shopping cart at Michigan Fine Yarns. And then I went to Premier Yarns, and I put all of the DK weight yarn that was in the kit, like color-wise, because this is not Premier Yarns, this is Serdar. And I'm a little nervous that I'm not going to like the yarn or be able to use the yarn, because you guys know that I do have allergies against certain yarn brands, and I can't use certain yarn textures because I have a reaction on my skin, because just the way my body is. So I was a little nervous. So I also did go to premieryarns.com, and I looked at their DK Basics yarn, and I threw in all the colorways that are required with the yardage that it looked like was in this kit, and it was all the same price within $1 or $2. However, I found a coupon for Michigan Fine Yarns, which I will also share with you guys. If you are new, there is a coupon code. It's like a welcome coupon code for people. I used it. I saved even a little bit higher percentage, and this was shipped and sent to me within 2 days. Yes? Huh? Yeah, it's right here. 1 second, please. Sorry, my daughter was feeding the dogs, and she wanted Bentley's bowl, which is in here because he's only been wanting to eat his breakfast in here. Alright, so let's see. What else? There's 14 balls of yarn in this bag, in this container. It says it's beginner friendly. Trick or treat Halloween crochet along starts with the basic crochet stitches and gradually introduces more advanced crochet techniques, from magic cat stripes to cobweb bunting, to learn week by week. My light is flickering a little bit. Let's see, it says 14 balls of the DK weight yarn in spectacular shades. Exclusive limited edition Serdar Trick or Treat woven blanket label. Collect one every time you crochet with Serdar. Spookily useful stitch markers and a yarn needle, which is all of like Penny's value, so I don't even care about that. All you need is a 4mm crochet hook, and you're ready to go. We don't include the hook in your pack because you might already have your own favorite, which I'm gonna be real honest with you, that's kind of the way it's going nowadays. Like, they're including hooks in a lot of these kits, and I don't like the hooks because I am very picky with my hooks. I like specific hooks, and I like specific hooks for specific yarns. And I have a couple of 4mm crochet hooks. I realized this week I needed a 4.25mm crochet hook, and I do not have one in my extensive hook collection. Do not have a 4.25. So we're gonna have to remedy that. I'm gonna decide which 4mm crochet hook I want to use. I have a Furls Odyssey in 4mm, and I have my Dots crochet hook in a 4mm, and I may have a 4mm in my Omi hook. I have to determine which yarn or which hook goes with the yarn the best. Alright, so I think that's all we really need to know about that. On Serdar's website, they're saying the pack is $57. I don't know if that is 57 United States or where Serdar ships from. I know none of that. But it has been pretty much the same price across the board within $1 or $2. Webb's does have a coupon that auto generates. So if you spend over a certain amount of money, they give you an automatic 20% off or something like that. And even with that coupon, I still ordered from Michigan Fine Yarns. So I'm going to link Michigan Fine Yarns. But of course, do your research. Try to save if you can, if you choose to do this crochet along with me and purchase the kit. But again, if you have these yarn colors or colors you could substitute with these yarn colors already in your stash, just make it along with me. You don't have to buy the yarn. All right, now, like I said, I have cracked it open, but I have not pulled this out at all. Now, these balls are much larger than they looked online. I was thinking they were going to be like this big. All right, so there is a Trick or Treat crochet along bag in here, which looks like it's a paper bag, which I'm not too excited about. And it says West Yorkshire, which is why I think Serdar might be shipping from the UK. So if you're in the UK and you want to do this, go to Serdar's website and see, or check locally, because I don't expect you, if you're in another country, to have it shipped from the United States. That's crazy. Online they showed the bag and they're like, oh, that, honestly, they could have did like a one of those nylon style bags and it wouldn't have cost them any money. I would have preferred that than this paper bag. What am I going to do with that? Alright. Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Now. Oof. That tape don't want to untape. I'm obviously going to have to find a project bag for this yarn. And this, I need it all to be together. And I'm not using that paper bag because I don't like the feel of paper bags and the ropey paper handles they do. So I may have to go to storage. The yarn is already collapsing out. It fell. I may have to go to storage and get a big project bag. So yeah, this is just a paper bag. Actually, the paper bag is it's a nice smooth paper, so it doesn't feel like construction paper. But what am I gonna do with this? That was just unnecessary. Not needed. Alright. Is there anything in the bag? There is something in the bag. Oh, that's a nice tag. So you sew this onto the blanket when you're done. It's a real nice tag. It feels real nice. That's cool. And then I'm assuming this is the stitch markers. And the needle, which I don't really need because I have 8,000. Yeah, they're just black and orange stitch markers and a green hook. Nothing special. I have to find some place to put that. All right, I'm gonna open this and set it right there. And I'm gonna go through and show you the colors that we have up close and personal. And I'm going to prop them in this paper bag. Alright. And if I can't find a project bag, like a laundry basket would work for this. Like a dollar store laundry basket or like a woven basket or something. Alright. Now, because I've never worked with this yarn, I have to do the touch feel test because I have skin sensitivities, and just like I said, I don't like the feel of paper bags. I also don't like the feel of some yarns. I also have a skin sensitivity. I have a type of eczema that breaks out with certain chemicals on yarn, and I hope that's not the case because this yarn feels kind of soft. And also, certain rough yarns actually tear holes in my skin. So with that, I can't use Red Heart Super Saver. And I've tried several different colors and types of Red Heart Super Saver, and there's a chemical on there that causes me to break out and get like inside my meat blisters and itchiness that I have to go get steroids for. So I steer clear of Red Heart Super Saver. I say that not to dog on Red Heart Super Saver because I know some of you love it and that is okay, but I can't use it And it's not the only yarn I can't use, but it's the one most of you guys are familiar with. So that's what I judge yarn by. Is it soft? Is it gonna give me a reaction? This is really soft. All right, so this is the Hayfield Bonus DK Extra Value. It is 100 grams per ball. It says machine wash and tumble dry. It says it on both sides of the label, so you know you can wash and dry. All right, it says wash dark color separately, but like you can't do that with this blanket because it's all in one. So you would wash it in cold and hope that it doesn't bleed, which I don't think it will. It says you can warm wash it, minimum washing conditions, may be dry cleaned, dry press, never wet press, do not bleach, cool tumble dry, 4mm crochet hook, 4mm knitting needles, 100% acrylic, and it says Sirdar Holdings Limited, Wakefield, England, sirdar.com. This ball is 306 yards approximately, or 280 meters. So the colors that are in here are gorgeous. They're gorgeous, and they're very Halloween-y. But as I said at the beginning of this, if you have, and you don't have to use DK weight, I'm going to tell you, if you use worsted weight and you have worsted weight, your blanket will just come out bigger. And it will still work, I promise you. It will just look fatter, chunkier, it'll be bigger. So, in the kit is 2 colors called Clementine. These are very bright pumpkin Halloween orange. Beautiful shade of pumpkin orange called Clementine. Beautiful. There's 2 of those, which means for this blanket there is about 600 yards of a DK weight orange. They almost fit laying that way. Then there's 2 in this color. This purple is beautiful, and I hope my camera shows it. This is called Neon Purple. Oh yeah, that is spot on. It's slightly more pink. It's showing, it's really beautiful on camera, but it's slightly more pink than my camera is showing, because my camera tries to make sense of the color. Yeah, that's not doing it justice. It's more, it's a beautiful shade of purple. It's beautiful. Neon purple. There's 2 in the color Lemongrass. Well, I don't know why this is called lemongrass. I mean, grass, yeah. Spring grass, maybe? The beautiful shade of green. There's 2 of these, but there's also this color, which is called Zest. So there's 3 greens all together, 2 in the color Lemongrass and 1 in the color Zest. And the Zest is more of like a slime green, kind of a pukey yellow green. It's not pretty, but I think if I'm looking at the pattern, that this is going to be part of the sliminess of the stuff that's coming out of the cauldron. So there's going to be this and this coming out of the cauldron. And this also looks like it's part of a border color. See how it's like some of the bubbles, but it's also one of the border colors. And then there's 1 red, just 1 red. And the red is the blood. It's the blood of the innocent! Sorry, I have a really sick, dark sense of humor. This is the color Signal Red. Signal Red. It's very, very red. It's actually, is darker, that's accurate. It's kind of like a cherry red. Then there's 2 white in the color white, which you don't really need to see that. It's just white. The size of that bag did not look like it was going to fit in this bag, but it's fitting. So, knock on wood. Light gray mix. Now, I'm going to tell you, these yarns are soft. The gray feels weird. The gray feels really dry, like powdery dry. And if you know what that means, you're probably neurodivergent. Because neurotypical people don't tend to say, oh, it's dry like powder, referring to yarn, but if you know, you know, okay? People with sensory issues, they understand what I'm saying. It feels powdery. I don't like the feel of the gray. All the rest are soft. The gray feels a little bit icky. That does happen with yarns. Like certain dye lots, certain colors will feel different. And my mom always used to say that, like, some yarns, like, you could feel the color. And I thought she was crazy because I was a little kid and she's telling me this. And I was like, what do you mean you could feel the color? So you could feel the color. And I'm like, you can't feel color, because I took everything literally. And she's like, no, like, it feels differently from, like, the dye or something. And I was like, oh, okay, my mom's crazy. Well, when I started to crochet in, like, 2018, I started to realize, oh, some yarn feels different because the color dye, like the process. So this one, I don't like the gray one. I don't like the gray one. And there's 2 of these. So I'm guessing gray is a lot on here. I'm trying to see. It looks like gray is the border and gray is the spider webs. Come on. Yeah, so gray is the border and the spider webs. Which it looks beautiful, but it feels gross. I may have, it's not DK though. I'm debating whether I want to trade the gray out for something else. I did have a whole box of gray and I think I donated it. We'll see. I will work with it and see if I can actually tolerate it or not, but the gray feels icky. And you may not notice it at all, but it feels dry and powdery. And honestly, it may feel differently when I work it up, but it's making my hands feel gross. It also might feel better if I have lotion on and try to use that, but the gray feels icky. All the rest of them feel beautiful. The gray feels icky. The black feels real nice, which is unusual for black. And there's 2 of the black. So there's 2 gray, 2 black, 2 orange. Let me go back. All of my technology is acting crazy lately. All right, so gotta growl at it. There's 2 gray, 2 black, 2 purple, 2 white, 2 grass green, 2 orange, and then 1 slime yellow green and 1 red. So if you have those in DK weight or worse, honestly, you could use any weight of yarn. It's just going to change the size of the blanket. If you have skinny yarn, like fingering weight, and you want to do this blanket, you can do that. It's just going to be doll size. If you want to use a bulky yarn, because you have a bunch of bulky yarn in these colors, you can do that. It will just be bigger, fatter, chunkier. It will look different. It will only look different because maybe some of the fine details of where you're doing the detail work will look slightly different. But yeah, it'll fit. It doesn't fit real good, but it fits. Trick or treat, here's a bag of yarn. Can you imagine trick or treating and them actually passing out little yarn samples? Like little bonbons or like minis? That would be the best day ever to go trick or treating and get yarn. It fits. It barely fits, but it fits. It's in there. Now, the only thing I wish this kit had that it does not is the written pattern. I wish there was a beautiful glossy page written pattern in there. I really do. And I know they don't do that because it's a crochet along. They want you to work it together over a 6-week period. I understand that, but like, wouldn't that be nice? Just a nice glossy page. So what I'm going to do every week is when they release the pattern is I'm going to print it off. And then I'm going to determine from the print off whether I need to watch the video or not. And what I'm going to have to do is make a bunch of notes on my page, because if it is in fact in UK terms that I was told it was in, and it makes sense because Serdar is in the UK, if it's in UK terms, I'm going to have to make a lot of notes to remind myself that this is supposed to be, and it looks like it's all double crochet. Although it could be single crochet. I can't zoom in on the picture enough. Every time I go to do anything, like it slides the whole page over, it's driving me nuts. Let's see. Oops. Yeah. So it looks like it's double crochets. There's probably trebles and stuff in there and other stitches, but for the granny square part, the motifs, that looks like, that looks very, very similar to the Jada and Stitches pumpkin blanket that I already did. So I did pumpkin and I did Frankenstein. So I think I'm going to be already familiar with that. The corners generally have like trebles or double trebles. Treble, treble. Which is going to confuse the heck out of me for if it is a UK pattern, because a single is a double and a double is a treble, and I'm going to have to really think. So it's going to be a mind project. But the blanket is beautiful. And actually, this part, which is the main center part, looks like it's single crochets. Which I'm also not mad at that. But that looks like it is mosaic, which I am familiar with double crochet. I've done mosaic. I'm not even gonna fool myself. I've done mosaic. I know that I can do that. I'm a little bit nervous though, because whenever you're doing something new and it's someone else's pattern that you've never done before, it's a little nervy, and it's normal to feel a little nervy. But like I said, it's going to be over a 6-week period, and they're going to release it piece by piece. And yeah, I'm excited to start this. I'm in the Halloween spirit. I'm in the Halloween mood. I'm ready to go with all the fun things that are Halloween. We got 100 days to crochet this together, or 6 weeks. And while I'm doing other projects as well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it in 6 weeks. But I'm not going to push myself either. I'm going to do this for fun. And we're going to see what comes of it. And every week on Monday Makes, I am going to show you my progress on the blanket. So since this releases on a Wednesday, and I generally film my Monday Makes on a Friday, it will probably be a week behind. So you probably won't see the update the first Monday Makes video, but like it'll be a week behind. So if it releases on the 23rd, let me look at my calendar. I will show you what I have done on August 4th, probably. Because I know. I'm also, I got a bunch of things up in the air I'm juggling right now. I am making another blanket, but that is a long-term whip, and it's little granny squares, and I work on that when I don't want to work on anything else, or it's an in-between project blanket. So I'm trying to learn how to, I'm going to turn that down a little bit. I'm trying to learn how to be patient with my projects and how to not force myself to finish a project when it just doesn't feel right. And I've talked about this in depth in another video, and I don't remember what video that was, but I'm trying to allow myself a long-term whip because I'm not good at that. And I'm making, wherever I put it, it's right here. When I'm done with a project or I'm in between project, oftentimes I get like this down, like, oh, when am I going to start next? I just finished a big project. I don't want to do another big project. I just finished a dress. I don't want to make another big project. I don't want to make a blanket. I don't want to make a wearable. That's where this comes in. So this is my in-between project. And it's going to be just a join-as-you-go granny square blanket. I am making it a square at a time with zero pressure, zero timelines, any of that. And this is my in-between when I have nothing else going on, so that I don't have to come in here and torture myself finding a new project to start. I already have one on the go. And if I only have the energy or the time to make one square that day, I succeeded in finishing a square. You guys also know I am also using the amigurumis as love projects. These are crocheting just for the benefit of Jennifer. Just so that I can make something cute that makes me smile, makes me happy. So there's going to be a lot of in-between as well. Either process working on that blanket, or I'm also doing I'm testing for another big design. She's a big designer. I'm testing something for her. So I have a bunch of balls in my court right now. And I'm not pressuring myself with any of those projects. Kinda on the test because I know that she's waiting on my notes for me testing her pattern. And I know that she's going to be releasing it. And so that's the only one that I'm allowing myself to have pressure with, because I promised her and I made a commitment to her. And I really am loving her design. I think she is insanely talented, and we will absolutely talk in depth about her and her talents and her project when she releases that pattern. But the Halloween thing is going to be along with the amigurumi, in the fact that that's something for me. I kind of bought it as a birthday gift for myself because the kit was $60. I got it a little cheaper than that, but then I had to pay shipping, and I kind of... If you guys don't know, I bought some Serdar Jewel Spun, which is right here on the shelf. It's these two balls right here. I bought myself some Serdar Jewel Spun yarn, which is gorgeous, beautiful, soft yarn. And I used reward points that I had with Michigan Fine Yarns, and I got a really good deal on that yarn. Well, then 2 days later, I'm like, I'm going to buy the Serdar blanket kit from there, and I kind of wish I'd saved the rewards points, and I could have like stacked the rewards points with the coupon that I had. And it would have helped me with the kit, but honestly, I still feel like I got a really good deal. I got how many balls of yarn for $60? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 ball. Oh, it said it in the information. I already said it. 14 balls of yarn. Let's do the math on how much that costs, so I can depress myself that I did in fact get a good deal. Let's see, 60 divided by 14, it's $4.28 a ball. Now let's look up how much the yarn costs by itself. Hayfield Bonus DK. It's on Amazon for $2.85. It's on yarn.com for $2.99. And so you see, this is what doesn't make sense to me. I did the math on this, and I put all the Premier Basics DKs the same price as $2.99. I put all of the colors of the Premier DK in my cart, and with shipping and everything, it was more money than the kit. Yeah, the yarn is $2.99 a ball. And with the price of the kit, it ended up being $4 something. So that's not really a great deal. Although on Lovecrafts, it's $4.49. Do your math and do your research before you buy the kit. Okay, I'm just going to say that. And I don't think, because I think the price was $60 on Michigan Fine Yarns, but then I got a coupon. Let's see if I can find my actual receipt. Michigan. It's not how you spell Michigan. Just looking for my receipt. That's not it. Where's my... That's not it. Hang on, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. It just keeps showing me. I got 8 receipts for the, I don't know. For the jewel spot. I can't find the receipt for the blanket. Serdar says it's 57. I wonder if I go to Michigan Fine Yarns website, if it will show me my receipt. MichiganFineYarns.com. Over someone like you. Daughter has ghost stuck in my head. Yeah, it was $60. Let's see. Sign in. I don't know if my sign in is saved on this computer. Yes, it is. So what do you guys think about the kit? Are you excited about it? Do you want to join in? If you're going to crochet along with me and join in with this, I would love to hear your plans. Post in the Facebook group for sure. All right, where is it? It's not showing that I purchased it. I bought it from Michigan Fine Yarns. Am I going crazy? Michigan Fine Yarns. Why is it not showing up in my account? It says the last order I placed was that. I'm gonna go to my bank account because I feel like I'm losing my mind. It's not showing up in there at all. That's crazy. And I only have one login with Michigan Fine Yarns. Sir, that is absolutely my passcode for the bank. Yeah, with shipping it was $65.55. And how much was shipping on this? Let's see if it tells me. No. But I know with the coupon it was like $50. It doesn't matter. Do your research, okay? I will link Michigan Fine Yarns anyway because I do like them. It came to me super quickly. I used the coupon code, which I will give you. I don't know why it's not showing up in my orders. Anyway, I'm going to stop looking at that because it's rude and I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm excited. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I paid for it. I wanted to do the blanket kit. I'm super excited about it. I also have planned some amigurumi that I want to do for Halloween. So if you don't like Halloween, you're not going to like the next couple months because I'm going to be doing Halloween stuff. I am working with Jess Loves Toast again because she's releasing the cutest Halloween patterns right now and I am so obsessed with her. I'm so obsessed with her. I kid you not, I was on my phone and I was scrolling for amigurumi, and what I do a lot of times is I scroll, and then I'll see an amigurumi that I kind of like and I'll screenshot it because my phone will store the link for, look at, that's Patrick's stump, isn't he hot? It will store the link on the screenshot of the picture, so if I ever want to go back, I just click on the picture and it will tell me what link I saved it from. And so I screenshotted a cauldron, and it was the cutest cauldron. And then later that day, Jess Loves Toast, who is on Instagram, she's also here on the YouTube, she posted in her Instagram, she's working on an amigurumi that is a cauldron with a face and legs and little bubbles coming out of his face or his head. And it is the cutest amigurumi, and it is, I love cauldrons. I have a cauldron pumpkin bucket that lights up from Disney World as a Halloween decoration, which is in storage. I have a big giant plastic cauldron that I put candy in to pass out. Like, I love cauldrons. I love the look of cauldrons. Juju has a little mini cast iron cauldron. So I like the cauldron. I like the cauldron, okay? I want to stand over a cauldron and stir it and just put some I'm gonna put some Eye of Newt in there. So she's releasing that. She's also releasing the squirmy, the glow squirm, which I want to do as well. I really like, her pattern was really easy, but like, she's so talented. And my battery is dying. It's only been 30 minutes. I'm gonna have to do something different with this camera. I'm gonna let you go, and I will see you in the next one. Check out